Imagine a place of joy and belonging, where children are compelled by curiosity and the desire to learn the how, what, and whys of living ideas about things that are true, enduring, beautiful.
As human beings, I think that we learn from the very atmosphere that we are surrounded by. So if we are in a very anxious atmosphere or a highly, competitive atmosphere or one that is full of anger, that will become absorbed by us. And if we are surrounded by an atmosphere that is peaceful and joyous and curious and that elevates the benefits of learning, I think that too will become a part of us.
Imagine a place of discovery where children are embraced and nurtured as whole persons to be cultivated rather than simply stamped out as bricks in a wall.
We started at an Ambleside school over 10 years ago with a kindergartner, and I watched my son, who is a fairly serious young man, just come alive because he was excited about the variety of subjects, including music and art and nature study, and he's a pretty serious-minded young man, but he just blossomed. He was challenged in his classes, and I saw growth in him.
Imagine a place of challenge where children meet mind to mind and heart to heart with some of the greatest writers, poets, scientists, musicians, mathematicians, explorers, inventors, and artists the world has ever known.
I remember when we were reading an excerpt from Charlotte Mason's writings on the 3 pillars, and under Education as a Life, she gave us this beautiful image of a fish coming up to grab hold of a fly. And the idea that that's how our mind is with an idea. That when an idea is put before us, it's like we rise up like the fish to grab a hold of it. And she related that idea to the great authors that we'll find in science text, in literature, in math, across the subjects. And we have the opportunity to rise up to these ideas that these great writers have penned. And so we have this mind-to-mind opportunity where their mind and our mind come together, and the ideas that they're sharing beget ideas in our mind. And I think that's what she means, education is a life, because it's constantly begetting. This idea causes me to think of an idea, and I share that with our class or in a discussion, and that creates an idea here, and it's just a continual growing and nurturing of ideas. Hence, education is a life.
Imagine a place of discipline where children are trained and supported in life-affirming habits that will positively impact them and the people around them for a lifetime.
Charlotte Mason opened my eyes to see that discipline, when it's wrapped up in manipulation with either the prize on one end or the fear of a punishment on the other, that's actually very detrimental, because that's not the way God disciplines and then nurtures our growth. But rather, it's informing. So we want to inform students, and we want to support students in developing habits that are going to bless them. We're training you in a way to live that's not only going to help you maybe be successful in a job or successful in a marriage, but it's going to contribute to a happy, full, and what I would say is what Jesus refers to as the full life, the abundant life. And so it was just a revolutionary way to look at discipline.
Imagine a place of inspiration where children meet daily with their Creator and the wonders of His handiwork in nature, persons, places, living things, and living ideas.
God created us for relationships, and not just with people who are living today necessarily. He created us for relationships with the things around us, His creation that just surrounds us in every way, with people who have lived in the past. So the idea of reading good books isn't just so we can read those and summarize and see what the author was trying to say, but to actually have a relationship with that author. That was a real person who lived, who took the time to write beautiful text that we can read today. And so to be able to relate with people from the past, with people who are living today, and then ultimately to relate with our Creator, our God, who loves us so much.
Imagine a place where your child is inspired, nurtured, equipped, and challenged to reach his or her full potential as God intended for a life well lived.
What we found here at Ambleside was just unique. It was the best of all worlds. It was a phenomenal education that really got to the heart of what we were looking at for our kids. Not just that they would learn a lot, but they would become lifelong learners, that they would love to learn and to grow, and that wouldn't disappear in the 3rd or 4th or 5th grade, but the reality that could continue in their lives for a lifetime. And then the atmosphere that Ambleside creates, that it's committed not just to their academic development and their love of knowledge, but it's committed to their relational growth. And that's critical. You know, I run my own business. I understand the relational component is just as critical as the knowledge component when it comes to people's success. And so Ambleside's a place that knows that and understands that and works on the whole person.
Ambleside Schools, a place where minds, hearts, and imaginations are cultivated and trained in an atmosphere of joyful relationships with living ideas. Ambleside Schools International seeks to foster a renewal of education based on the pedagogical insights of British educator Charlotte Mason, whose common sense approach to education integrates decades of practical teaching experience, the insights of the best contemporary brain science, and a deep personal commitment to the person of Jesus Christ. Additional information concerning Charlotte Mason and Ambleside Schools is available through our website at www.amblesideschools.com.